Hey, kids, what time is it?
Hey everybody, Keith here from GeekTime TV, and we got to talk a little box office. We've been doing that a little bit lately here, but we're also going to get into some of the results of these catastrophic failures for Disney in particular. But let's start here, shall we, with Box Office Pro's prognostication for the Blue Beetle. Not looking good at all. Let's take a look at what they say here. Now, Blue Beetle, due out in about a month or so, has a production budget of somewhere around $120 million. Opening weekend range, this is what Box Office Pro is predicting, $12 to $17 million. And they feel that their domestic total at the end of its theatrical run will be somewhere between 27 million and 55 million. That is a catastrophic disaster. Yet another one for Warner Brothers DC. Let's take a look at this. So this is going to be a nightmare if this holds true, which I have no doubt it will. It might even be worse. We'll see. I'm sure they got the opening weekend. They've been pretty good with their prognostications, but this long term, and that's a pretty big range, 27 to 55 million. I think it's going to die a quick death in theaters, if you ask me. But let's take a look at their last couple of failures, and this is brought to us by John Trent at Bounding into Comics. So we had The Flash, had an opening weekend of 55 million domestically, and it went on to gross 107 million domestically, which lost money. It was a disaster. Shazam! Fury of the Gods, 30 million, ended at 57.6, another disaster, and preceded by Black Adam, which had an opening of 67 million, went on to gross 168.1. So they've already had three big losses in a row, and now it looks like they're going to add a fourth, and possibly the biggest one to that list. So not good for the DCEU, not good for, looking forward to what James Gunn might be bringing to the table. Personally, I'm not interested in really hardly anything he's bringing to the table except Superman. But we'll see. We'll see. So let's take a look at our old friend Indiana Jones, shall we? So Indiana Jones 5 took in 300 million at the box office so far. That is a disaster for Bob Iger and Lucasfilm. This is from Fortune magazine, and it's nice to see the mainstream media finally getting on board with what we've been saying this whole time, right? Finally, they can't defend this anymore, and they've got to call a spade a spade. So this is a nightmare. I'm not paying for Fortune, so I can't read the article. But when you see headlines like this pop up in things like Fortune, that is not good for Disney and Lucasfilm. Meanwhile, and Edson did a video on this just a day or two ago, Sound of Freedom blast past 100 million at the box office, and still selling out. I don't see it stopping anytime soon. I still have to see this film. I'm dying to get out. Maybe this weekend I'll finally get a chance to check it out. I also want to see Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning Part 1. I'm only going to be able to see one, I think, this week. I'm gonna have to make it Sound of Freedom. So this is a film that just cracked 100 million domestically, by the way, because it's not out anywhere else in the world yet, or I don't even know if it's going to be, but it cost like $12 million to make. So this has made profit on top of profit. It had really no marketing, kind of grassroots marketing. So I'm sure their promotion budget and whatnot was not much larger at all. So this is gravy, and deservedly so. I mean, this is something that should be turning a profit, and enough with this nonsense. But Disney, let's get back to Disney and Bob Iger. Now, we know, and Valiant Renegade did an awesome video breaking down 8 failures in a row. and it basically cost them almost $1 billion in losses. And now you have this epic disaster occurring. So, and then say nothing about the live-action Snow White that's on its way. So, Bloomberg this week put this article out. Bob Iger shifts from building an empire to a Disney yard sale. And let's skip down here. Bob Iger shifts from building an empire to a Disney yard sale. Bob Iger built Disney into the world's most powerful entertainment company by acquiring Pixar, Marvel, and Lucasfilm. Now he's looking to downsize. It was only a matter of time, right? I mean, how many losses can you take? We're just talking about the features. Let's not forget that their streaming service is losing billions of dollars on top of it. I mean, they've lost, 4 million subscribers earlier this year. Their theme parks, I hear, have some of the shortest wait lines in history right now. So Disney is not only taking on water at the box office, they're taking on water everywhere. Iger put roughly a third of the company up for sale this week, declaring Disney's linear TV assets non-core. That includes TV networks ABC, FX, and Freeform. He also said Disney is looking for a strategic partner for ESPN, though he's not willing to sell the whole thing. That's interesting. I live 12 minutes from ESPN here in Bristol, Connecticut, and yeah, it's looking a little quiet over there these days. And the company is already looking to sell or restructure its TV and streaming business in India. It's a stunning, if inevitable, turn of events for an executive who spent so much of his career working in TV and for a company that relied on cable networks for the majority of its profit. Before the pandemic, Disney's media networks generated 35% or $24.8 billion of company revenue and more than 50% or $77.5 billion of its operating income. Yet the accelerated decline of cable TV has limited Iger's options. He thought he'd solved this problem with Disney Plus and Hulu, his two mass-market streaming services, but his streaming business is expected to register a loss of about $800 million in the company's just-ended third quarter. $800 million in the third quarter. You see, I talked about this last time, too. When they were licensing out their stuff, their IPs, to other streaming services, it was free money. When you build that infrastructure yourself, you're not getting any money for all that content. Yet you're paying out for R&D, you're paying out for all the mechanical services and whatnot. Huge, huge money loss. Management chased it's easy for me to say. Management chased streaming subscribers at unsustainably low prices to goose the launch of Disney Plus in 2019 and is now seeking to raise prices without alienating customers. Disney Plus lost 4 million subscribers last quarter. There you go. So it goes on and on here, but look, it's only a matter of time. It's simple economics. When you keep taking losses like this, going to have to sell. And I personally love to see it. So we got more disasters on the way, and we got a writer's strike. And, maybe this is a good thing. Maybe it's time for a bit of I don't want to say a purge, but maybe a little shuffling of the chairs on the deck, thinning of the herds. Maybe get rid of people who write this kind of crap. It can only go on for so long. This is a non-sustainable business model. All these movies are collapsing, except for ones like this. We'll see how it shakes out in the next couple of months. That's all I got for now. Please smash that like button. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you to each and every one of you who have. And I will catch you on the next video. See ya.
Thanks for watching GeekTime TV. If you like this video, please subscribe to the channel. If you subscribe, make sure to check the little bell icon anytime someone from our network drops new content here. Want some GeekTime swag? Check out the merchandise available in the GeekTime TV store, linked in the channel description below. Share GeekTime TV with friends, and as always, thank you for your support. We'll see you soon.